listen, a lot of women, especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job, and is a good man and is good to you, and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill, as long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm gonna cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you've handled the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then, that is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in, because that means, no, I need somebody to, they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have, well, go on, keep your list, baby.
Yeah.
God bless you, hope it happens. Go on, keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you, I know people whose men can't touch what they make. But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you, babe, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
This may be none of my business, but why is an unmarried drag queen telling women what they need to do with men? An unmarried drag queen. Ladies, don't listen to him.
So let's go ahead and break this down real quick. So there's a whole video. I'm sure you already heard about it already. Go watch it if you haven't. And Jasmine already broke this down, but these are the 15 seconds I really want to drive home.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill, as long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you've handled the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then, that is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's fine. You know it's not fine, Mr. Perry. It's not fine that with your big black platform, you decided to get up on that couch and try to convince and condition black women to be okay with less instead of encouraging black men to do more. You know what else ain't fine? That you are a black man that went from being homeless to owning BET. What an inspiration you are. And instead of saying, black men, you could do it too, you said black women, y'all better pay that mortgage and be okay with him paying that light bill. And I just really want to understand, why is the message always black women get used to less instead of black men do more, even from the black men who have done more? Now, of course, there are situations where this setup makes sense, where the woman might be the higher earner, but the man is still working, he's still striving, he's still showing effort, he's not complacent. Like, he probably don't got it all right now, but he's getting it, and whatever he's getting makes him satisfied. And that's the very rare secure situation that he's speaking of. But what I've seen more times than not is that men who do not have their money together are insufferable creatures, like unhappy and uncomfortable when they're unable to provide. And that uncomfortability within themselves begins to seep into the relationship. And that ego start getting beat up. And so that's why I say the messaging needs to change. Don't talk to black women. We gonna love regardless. Our love is abundant. We gonna love whoever we want to love anyway. But the help we need, Mr. Perry, we need adequate counterparts, both financially and emotionally. And let me say one more thing. We are in a recession. We need help. I had a black man tell me, well, this is what y'all fought for. Y'all fought for equality. Yeah, we fought for equality because we wanted to have our own money and contribute our ideas to society. But this ain't equal. So, Mr. Perry, please stop forcing this narrative on us of struggle love in your plays, in your movies, in your interviews, and targeting black women because no other women of any race is forced this narrative upon. We also deserve to feel covered. We also deserve to feel secured. We also deserve to experience effort. And I would really appreciate if a man of your magnitude and stature would highlight and honor more stories like that. And I'm a writer, so if you need some help, holla. Okay? Thank you for your time.
Here's the thing, right? I don't think I can even drag this out for y'all like I normally do. Why would a rich man with millions, if not billions of dollars tell you as a black woman to be with a man that does not have shit? Like, quiet as it's kept, child. Tyler Perry hasn't changed his one plot since he was doing plays down at the Johnny Mercer Theater in Savannah. If you know, you know. The reason why this man don't want y'all as black women to be out here changing the type of men you get with is then because he'd have to change his entire series of videos, plays, movies, TV shows, all of it. Because much like every black man that anchors his content in Christianity, he knows that his biggest supporters are black women. Tyler don't want y'all doing any better because Tyler don't want to change his storyline. Tyler don't want to hire no writers that actually know what black women are currently going through. That's why Tyler don't want y'all to do better with the men that you choose. Tyler Perry's plays, movies, TV shows all highlight black women struggling with black men. All of it brings up colorism, featureism, texturism. Everything toxic about the black community is what Tyler Perry banks off of. So for Tyler to be relevant, y'all have to keep struggling so that when y'all watch his stuff, you can relate. Meanwhile, this man got a baby mama, fiance, wife, whatever she is at this point, and she ain't struggling. She didn't marry down. She didn't settle for a man that can only take the light bill on while she pays the mortgage. So why would he be telling you to do that shit? Like, if a black man wants to elevate you as a black woman, it's cool. But if you want to elevate yourself by choosing a black man that can elevate you, now you're doing something wrong. But what really boggles my mind is how so many black men are co-signing to what Tyler said. Like, this black man is looking at other black men and saying, y'all ain't capable of doing more than paying your electric bill. So women need to go ahead and pick y'all and settle for y'all because you can't do as good as he is. And I know this may come as a shock to most black men because as broke as we all are, y'all swear that you are being run for your pockets and your paper. But most black women do not expect you to be multi-millionaires. Hell, a lot of y'all ain't got a Frigidaire because you ain't even 100air in your apartment right now. But what's truly sad about all of this is that black men are seeing this settling for them thing as a flex of some sort. Because the rest of society has decided that y'all are the weakest links and cannot do better for yourselves or your communities. Y'all are being settled for when real ones get chose.
Now, you won't find me talking about the black community because I don't feel like it's my place. Anything I have to say about the black community is based on observation, growing up, going to black churches, growing up in a majority black community, and then having a lot of people in my life be black women. All of that still does not give me a right to say anything over any other black person or black woman's voice. I saw this video of Tyler Perry and I wanted to add my 2 cents on it from my perspective as a white woman, looking on the outside in. And as someone who regularly talks about sexism and brainwashing and programming and feminism and blah, blah, blah. This video is not monetized, and if it is not received well, I will fucking delete it. Go watch that video with Tyler Perry, but there's a reason why I clipped the exact clip that I clipped it at. Notice the tone of voice that he goes into when he's mimicking black women. Notice how instead of addressing their very real concerns and acknowledging their standards that were put there for a fucking reason, he goes to characterizing them. He immediately turns them into a joke. And he's built his entire career off this. Black women are damned if they do, and they're damned if they don't. They are mocked by their own fucking men and told what they should and should not accept by their own men. And we won't even get into the fucking rest of the world that treats them the way that they treat them. They have to work 10 times as hard to get even a fraction of what anybody else is getting. And now they're out earning their male counterparts, and it's their problem? And they should start making compromises? It once again goes back to being their fault? You have to ask yourself why a billionaire, such as Tyler Perry, is addressing this issue at all. What objective does he have in addressing this issue? And how much are we expecting black women to continue to carry on their fucking backs? Because at this point, it's everything. When will black women be allowed to be women and enjoy their lives and enjoy their accomplishments without always having the fucking fire go to their feet? Again, I don't talk about this very much because it's not my place. I totally understand that, but it fucking upsets me.
No, absolutely not. I'm not going. Look at how this package is being wrapped and delivered. Tyler Perry is a billionaire. We have had multiple conversations in regards to the matter of it being unethical to be a billionaire. You have to be in the right places, shake the right hands, and play your part to be a billionaire. Just think about the overall financial capacity this man has. Okay? Okay. Now, think about what it probably took for him to get to that financial status. Yeah, right? Cool. This is why I'm not going. We are talking about a man who cannot seem to get away from the production of black struggle anything. As long as you got black people and they struggling in some way, shape, or form, he doing his job. Now, riddle me this. Y'all think he the puppet or the puppet master? I'll wait. No problem. Take your time. Think about it. Circle back. So to get on the internet and perpetuate a narrative that black women are already living. How many black women you know right now is with a man, no car, barely got a job. He got every console ever though. And he just got done pre-ordering 2K. It's on the way. But that's it. No ambition, no goals, no nothing. Tyler Perry said his gifts may not be yours. And this is my thing with that. Because providing and living is hard as hell to do, especially in this economy. That's not a gift. That's just something that we all doing. We survive it. That's not a gift. So what would be the gift if your gift, not mine? Since apparently living is a gift at this point. The part that's missing for me is a lot of men are not likable people. But y'all want us to overlook finances for men with integrity, men with character, men with ambition, etc. Whole time, a lot of men don't have that. Do y'all remember In a Different World when Dwayne asked Whitley what her ideology of a perfect man would be? Dwayne's response was, so you wouldn't care if he was broke? Whitley looked him dead in his face and said, oh baby, a man like that is never broke. A lot of y'all equate wealth with physical money, paper, coins. For some women, if your knowledge were your wealth, then it will be well earned. Erykah Badu said that herself. But y'all would rather perpetuate narratives to make black women settle for less, in opposed to making black little boys and men strive for more. Y'all will never fix y'all mouths to tell a white woman, a Hispanic woman, an Asian woman, etc. this. You will never do it. And the gag of the situation is we are living it. We have been with the men who just take care of us, who love us, who can only give us money for the light bill. It's not working. It ain't working. Let it go. Struggle love is not it.
This is another comment on my Tyler Perry video of this guy saying, because I said, when women make more money than their male partner, okay, the relationship has low odds of actually working and lasting. Okay, some of them make it, but a lot of them don't. Okay, and so this guy says, lady, it's not working because of women like you. That's not what the research states. To the research. So research found that men that specifically that have a more traditional masculinity ideology involved with women who earn more money were more likely to have lower quality relationships due to the importance that such men placed on the income disparity. How do men feel about dating a woman who makes more money? Masculinity ideology depends on a man's internalization or acceptance of a culture's definition of masculinity. The breadwinner role for men stems from institutionalized rules for gendered marital behavior. The association between masculinity ideology and relationship quality depends on the view of income disparity. Now, what I often view and observe from men in conversations online and just in the real world is that black men specifically hold hard and fast to the ideology of traditional masculinity. So they feel that they're supposed to be the man of the house. They feel like they're supposed to eat their food first. They feel like they're supposed to get the big piece of chicken. And they feel like women are supposed to be submissive and subservient to them. Therefore, in order for what Tyler Perry was saying to actually work, a man has to actually let go of all of the indoctrination and thought processes that he has around gender roles, okay? Around what a woman is supposed to do and what a man is supposed to do and what actually makes a man and determines masculinity. We also know that a lot of people in the black community have an issue with feminism, right? And they feel like feminism destroyed the black community. But isn't it feminist as fuck for a woman to be a breadwinner and for you to switch that role with her and you to be making less than her? It's crazy how men really love feminism when they feel that it benefits them.
They found specifically that men with a more traditional masculinity ideology involved with women who earned more money were more likely to have lower quality relationships due to the importance that such men placed on the income disparity. Conversely, they found that men with more non-traditional masculinity were more likely to dismiss income disparity as a relational factor with little or no importance while enjoying high romantic relationship quality. So in order for a relationship with a woman who earns more to actually work, a man would have to unlearn every single thing that he was taught and conditioned to believe about masculinity, manhood, and femininity in women. Another article states, men get stressed when their wives make more money than they do. Now, plenty of women have commented under the Tyler Perry video, and we have all said that those of us that have experienced relationships where we were the breadwinners, that the men were not happy, okay? And that quite a bit of them were resentful, quite a bit of them were hateful, and quite a bit of them were running around sabotaging our asses. Things that arise in these type of dynamics are power struggles, power dynamics, conflict around decision-making, pressure to support the family financially. Oddly enough, I knew this guy who was in a relationship and a marriage with a breadwinner woman, and literally all of his friends always ragged on him and was like, you know, you're the bitch of the relationship. Like, you're a little bitch because this woman takes care of you. And they would run around and call him Mr. Mom and stuff like that because he was a stay-at-home dad. Disparities in work and leisure time. This can play in two ways. Either the woman works so many long hours that they don't actually have time to connect, or the man works super long hours just to be on par with where the woman is financially. So what I gather from the research is that these dynamics don't necessarily work because of women like me or women that think similarly to me. It doesn't work because men are not built that way. Okay, if men subscribe to traditional thought processes of gender roles and what a man is supposed to do and what a woman is supposed to do, then he is not going to be suitable to be in a dynamic with a woman who is a breadwinner. He is going to be secretly not only possibly envious of her, he's also going to be resentful of her. And then that is going to seep out into that relationship and cause all kinds of problems.
So here's what I want to say about this, okay? And I am talking to black women because he did address black women, okay? What I want black women to understand is literally there are a couple of things that are happening right now. There are more black women who are starting to open up their options to other groups of men. You also have Tiffany Haddish, who I guess is doing a show where she's encouraging black women to date homeless men. And then now we have this clip about Tyler Perry telling black women that, oh, you know, as long as he's a good guy, he doesn't have to provide, just date him anyway. So when you combine all those things together, the men in our community, they're starting to realize that their biggest resource is starting to disappear. It's starting to slowly diminish. There will be less women who look like me in the community for men to exploit. And so this is why there's a concerted effort to keep black women in this struggle hold, to preach that, you know what, stay here and suffer. Do you guys understand what's happening right now? So it's just common sense at this point. You're either going to allow society to tell you what is best for you, or you're going to start doing what's best for you on your own. Because I can tell you right now, there is nothing. There is no TV show. There is no man. There is no woman. There is no organization that could come out on a public platform and tell me to suffer behind a man and expect that I'm actually going to do it. I would never. I would never. So that is my advice, black women. Use common sense. Use discernment. Do you think that this is what God wants you to continue to do? Because we are literally in a position right now where you have more black women who are no longer dealing with those type of things. So for them to be trying so hard to keep us dealing with those type of things, that should tell you everything you need to know. And it's going to be up to you to fall for it. If you're smart,
You won't. But it literally is your choice. So that's all I got to say about that. Do what's best for you. Because I'm not going to do what's best for the community. I'm not going to do what's best for men. I'm going to do what's best for me. Understand that.
So this Tyler Perry interview where he's talking about the light bill keeps popping up on my feed, and I wanted to talk about something that it seems he either is unaware of or is just willfully neglecting to mention, and that is that in general, men's insecurities in a situation like this play a huge role in that relationship. So if a woman is completely comfortable being the primary income stream, the guy in the relationship may not be okay with that. It may make him feel very insecure, and many times men will take their insecurities out on their partners. So it could be that even if a woman is completely comfortable being the breadwinner or whatever, she could still be seeking out men who make more than her just to avoid having to deal with all of the behaviors of a man who's insecure about being in that type of relationship. And I don't know if he's just really out of touch because he's extremely wealthy and doesn't have to worry about this at all, or if he's willfully neglecting to mention it. But it would sort of be analogous to saying that, you know, a taller woman should be perfectly fine being in a relationship with a guy who's much shorter. Even if a woman is fine with dating a man who's shorter than her, many men are very insecure about that. And when they're insecure about it, they take it out on their partner by doing things like trying to control what she wears. So saying, oh, when we go out, you can't wear heels. Or getting offended when she's like, hey, do you want a piggyback ride? So it's not just about women being okay with making more money than the man. They also have to be okay in many cases with dealing with a very insecure man who's going to take those insecurities out on her.
This new generation of Black women are waking up to the reality that they are living in a system that profits off of their suffering, their pain, their misery. It's like Monsters, Inc. They feed off of your energy, they feed off of your attention, they feed off of it, and they make money off of it. Some of these folks are so complacent in narratives written about Blackness. They want to stay on the plantation, they want to stay stuck, and they want to continue to be miserable and suffer and drag you down with them because they don't have the drive or the energy to do better. So they would rather feed into negative narratives and stereotypes about themselves because they are trapped in the imagination of what white people told them to be. And the billionaire Black people who make money off of that don't want you to wake up from that either.
Let me explain something to you. Old Helen is gone. And you will not talk to me like that.